Hi, this is Marcy and David aboard the sailing yacht Nine of Cups. We've just completed our third crossing of the South Atlantic Ocean and thought it would be fun to give you a taste of what a long passage is like. Come join us. Our route took us from Cape Town, South Africa to Lüderitz, Namibia, then to St. Helena Island in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean, and finally to French Guiana on the northeast coast of South America. Altogether, we spent 43 days at sea. Whenever we begin a new passage, we have a few rituals we follow to bring good luck along with us.
Us sailors are a very superstitious lot, and whenever we start a new passage, we always want to make sure that we never take a little tune of rum to make sure he keeps his eye on us and keeps us safe. So here goes. Thank you, Neptune, for watching over the good ship Nine of Cups in all its passages. And it beseech you to continue your protection over the ship and crew on this passage from Lüderitz to French Guiana.
It gets cold at sea in the high latitudes, especially standing night watch. It is so cold. I have on a t-shirt and a t-neck, 3 fleeces, my scarf and gloves, 2 pair of socks, 2 pair of sweatpants, my offshore foul weather gear, and a blanket, and I'm still freezing. "5,000 miles later, it's a skosh warmer.
A month ago, I was all bundled up to keep the heat in. Now I bundle up to keep the heat off. I've got to keep something on my head and my neck and my ears all the time, or else the intense early morning and late afternoon sun burns me to a crisp.
We had good winds for most of the passage, but when the weather doesn't cooperate, we have ways of coping.
Sometimes when we're really going slow, we get out the oar.
Boy, that really picked up the speed.
I know.
As is usually the case, a few things broke. Some repairs have to wait until we get to the next port, while others can be done at sea. That pesky whisker pole broke yet again on this passage, and once again David was able to fix it en route. We've nicknamed it Stubby. We always look for milestones to celebrate on a passage. The halfway point, less than 1,000 miles to go, or whatever. On this passage, we had a couple of special ones. One was crossing the prime meridian.
00, and we are in the Western Hemisphere. Yay!
Then the equator. We're crossing for the 6th time, actually. This time from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere. If this is your first time crossing the equator, you're a pollywog. Since you're crossing with us, you're about to become a shellback. Well, maybe a virtual shellback. A major milestone was our arrival at St. Helena Island. St. Helena is best known as the place where Napoleon was exiled after his defeat at Waterloo. For such a small island, there's lots to see and do. We'd visited before in 2007. There were some big changes in the 8 years between visits, but a lot was the same, especially the hospitality of the saints. When we left St. Helena, we got a great send-off. A pod of local dolphins escorted us out of Jamestown Harbor and played in our bow wake for nearly half an hour. No matter how many times we see dolphins, we never tire of them. It was a good luck sign for the start of the next leg of our passage to French Guiana. We had a lot of fabulous sunsets to enjoy. We saw one green flash, but unfortunately we didn't catch it on camera. When the boat is pitching and rolling, an essential piece of gear is a gimbaled stove. Our propane stove is held in place with one pin on either side that allows the stove to swing. When at sea, the stove's surface stays level while the boat rolls from side to side. Without the gimbals, the soup would spill from the pan or the pan would fall off the stove. Seas were pretty calm here. It's often a lot worse. One of our morning duties is to chuck all the flying fish that had the misfortune of landing on our decks during the night, except for Bob the Stink, of course, who stayed aboard for a few days.
Need a bite?
Most of our days were spent, well, just sailing and keeping an eye on things. There's a lot of ocean out there. It was a long passage, and we were quite happy when we finally dropped the anchor not far from Devil's Island in French Guiana. We spent 43 days at sea and sailed 5,274 nautical miles. We hope you enjoyed sailing with us on Nine of Cups. For more destination, entertaining, and informative how-to videos, visit our blog site at www.justtalittlefurther.com or our website at www.nineofcups.com.